Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Mel. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm fine. And yourself?
We're back to another week here, yes.
Yeah.
It's been a rough couple of weeks, actually, for me.
Yeah. You know what? I nearly says it's good to see you, but I seen you last week, didn't you?
Yeah. I was almost here last
totally
week.
Forgot. I totally forgot about last week's show.
It was, it was different last week. I was kind of here and kind of not, between dealing with my cat and everything. He's been in kind of in bad ways, but we went back from the vet yesterday and he's hanging in there and stuff. So, yeah, I'm really glad to be back this week. Go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Fully focused on the show?
Who is?
I'm saying, are you fully focused on the show?
I'm pretty focused on the show, yeah. Tonight's going to be a good night, I think.
Have you got a deaf ear?
I'm a little bit deaf.
I thought so.
A little bit. A little bit, yeah. I'm a little bit deaf. Oh, we got Skull Aquatics in the house. Hello there. Okay, we're going to go start from the top here. And say hello to everybody.
Hi, Red Laser.
Sam's in the house.
I'm jumping down.
Oh, you're jumping down? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll follow your instructions, Jeff.
Okay.
To the top.
Next, we have King's Aquarium. There's Arnold. Hello, Arnold. Welcome.
Hi, Arnold.
And there's Gord. Hey, hello, Gord. Welcome, my friend. Red Laser's always great to see this gentleman in the house. I wish I was up in Canada where I could actually meet with like him and Stubbs and other people like Michael and Fish Easy, because I've seen some of the stuff that Gord's put out on his shorts and everything is really fantastic. I mean, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Really good stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's see who's next. Here we got Curtis. Hello, Curtis, my friend. If you haven't seen Curtis's channel, I would check that out too, because he's got some fantastic fish.
What we could do with a moderator, putting some links in for people, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Up yet again. Hello.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure if Skull would like to join the crew today. If you would, Curtis, let us know and I can send you the link. Just let me know if you don't want to do it this time. That's fine too. But we have Gil also. Hello, Gil. Always good to see my mate from Australia. He's listening in. That's great. We have Linda Worth. Hello, Linda. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Aquatic Addicts Anonymous show. Even got my own name. Let's see what else we got here. I think we got. Oh, there he is. There's Twisted Up Steve. Hello. Hello. You're there.
Passing me now.
Yeah. And we have Ian Aquarium Magic. Hello, Ian.
Magic, is he? I'm way behind on this chat, like.
Rich Boy, welcome, welcome, mate. This is a gentleman over in UK as well, Mel.
Taurus, yeah.
Oh, hello, Tara. I'll be seeing her. Whoops, where we go? It jumped on me. Hello, Tara. I can't wait to see you on Saturday, the 9th. We're meeting at the LFS here in Lansing, Michigan.
All right. You going plant hunting?
I think I'm going to be taking her some things, some Blue Star Endlers, and some Bloody Mary shrimp.
Very nice.
I'm not sure what else, anything else that you want here. Be sure to let us know here. And I'm taking that to her, and then she's bringing me some crypticorns.
Nice.
And some other plants. I'm not sure exactly what all else. But I'm always, you know what? I just love seeing her and Greg when they come to the place. It's always so nice. You can't find nicer people on earth. Ritesh is in the house. Hello, Ritesh.
Yeah, Arnold starting putting links in. Thanks, Arnold.
Whoop. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I think I just put all of Stream Elements into timeout.
Had enough of it.
Yeah, I put it in.
I don't want your money. I don't want your money no more. That's it.
Arnold already has hit 500, and I don't know. I took it off from Stream Elements, but for some reason or another, there's a glitch.
All
So
right.
I think I just
doing that one. Is it?
Yeah, I just removed it, but I put Stream Elements in timeout, thinking that maybe that might cure it, but we'll see about that.
It's a good job it glitched then. Didn't glitch when you were donating money to someone, and it kept on doing that every week.
Oh yeah. For some reason or other,
that's the glitch you don't want.
My account keeps getting smaller and smaller every week, and I don't know why.
And Vitesha's keep on waving even more every week at you. Thanks, Jeff.
Right.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
I have, yes. I watched it.
I love that. For some reason or another, he's still receiving a check every week, so it must be a glitch in the system. So we just went ahead and fixed the glitch. Right. There we go with the beep. All right. Yes, we still got the beep, Sam. Yep. I can't afford the electrician just yet.
Sam, you got to pay ladders. Pay ladders in the car. Get yourself over and get up and change it for us.
Yeah. As soon as the donation key comes up, go ahead and hit it. And yeah, I got to get it.
Say to remind you to donate to Jeff's channel for new batteries.
Sarah says she wants to pass on the Blue Stars right now. Oh, okay. Right. If you want, but if you change your mind between now and Saturday, just let me know because I got some nice ones here. So that, and also if there's anything else you want besides the Bloody Mary shrimp, let me know. Okay. Let's see, there's that one. Arnold, Rich Boy. Skull's congratulating Ian on his videos recently. Been doing a really great job.
Yeah, he had a competition, didn't he?
What's that?
He had a competition, didn't he, to win £5,000 worth of advertising?
Oh, I seen something about that. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Finalists were Joey and Fishery.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think that's what I got from it.
Interesting.
I think Fishery won, so he gets $5,000 worth of his advertising.
Wow.
From Ian's team.
That's very generous. I wonder, has Alex recognized the fact that he won? Ian?
I don't know. Has he, Ian?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, we have Mr. Chris Stubbs in the house. Hello, sir. My good friend in Canada, along with Gord.
Oh, I love Lauren Hardy. Actually, Stan Laurel used to live probably about 2 miles that way from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He lived in North Shields before he went over to America.
Oh,
and there's a set of stairs in the Fish Key that inspired him to write that one, with the piano, when they've got to kind of carry the piano up the stairs. I think it's 422 Walnut. And when they finally get it up there, this is 422A.
Ah!
But I think that's what it's supposed to be. There's a set of stairs from the Fish Key up to where he used to live in North Shields that inspired him to write that.
I love that show.
Bit of history.
Oh,
Bit
yeah.
of history for you.
I watched quite a bit of Laurel and Hardy in the past. They're good.
Yeah. I think my favourite line is, "Why don't we catch a boat? I would sell some fish."
Heat. Here we are. It's so good to see everybody here in the chat today. I want to thank everybody. We do have some questions in the build up to you guys.
We have got a little bit of a topic going, haven't we? What's the topic?
Yeah, we got some topics coming up, and what we thought to do today is, we're going to ask you guys questions, and then see what your replies are on some of them, and then we can also put our answers in as well. It's nothing to be like a quiz or anything, but it's just questions in general about the hobby, and what you guys' opinions are on them. So if you want to go ahead, Mal, and start putting up the questions, that's great.
Question 1. What number Dock Gray Square did Stan Laurel live?
Oh.
Got you.
I forgot that already.
Right. So we've got an open forum. There you go.
There we are. All right. Open
Right,
forum.
Jeff. Have you noticed anything different about the screen?
Yeah, I did. I don't know how that happened.
What, you on? iPad or iPhone?
I'm on iPad.
Do you want to try turning it?
Let me jump out and jump back in.
Ah, you might have to. So in any case, we've got open forum. And we're going to start off with question 1. What's been your biggest mistake or regret since joining the hobby? There we go. Yes, Jeff. Right. That's it. You're back.
There we are. That's better.
I was starting to panic in case all the water tipped out your tanks there.
Oh, yeah. I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I don't know, Chris. I'm not sure why I went sideways all of a sudden. It seems like, I don't know. Weird. I've never had that happen before. I know how to fix it now. Just jump out and jump back in.
Yeah. It's almost like the Poseidon adventure with the tanks on the side.
Yeah. One bit of news, I'll be going on, what day is it? The 11th?
Oh.
The 11th to get my eyes checked, so I'm going to be getting some new glasses, so I'll be able to see a little better. So
I'll not get another invite when you see how ugly I really am.
Yeah, I can't with my eyesight, but yeah, it's
Right. We've got some answers starting to come in.
Yeah. Let's see here. Not QT or not quarantining. Okay.
Yeah. I think sometimes you have to, and sometimes the fish is such a delicate fish that it probably wouldn't even make it through quarantine. It's like all the singleses I've bought today, there's no way on earth would they make it through a quarantine with them being so delicate, you know what I mean? So I thought I'll have to just risk it for them ones.
Yep.
And keep an eye on the full tank, and then I have to medicate the full tank if I have to.
I'll be quite honest with you. I don't think I've ever really. I have quarantine because a lot of times when I start a new tank, I put the fish in. Those are the fish that are in the tank. So it's basically their forever home at the same time. And I'm not going to be putting them with other fish until I know that they're all right, and then I'll bring other fish.
Yeah.
But I've never actually did a quarantine process. And I'll be honest, I think when I select my fish, I scrutinize, I watch them. If they don't look absolutely top-notch, I won't buy it. Now, when I buy online, though, you don't have much chance. You're kind of playing, I probably should have a QT tank, but I've been very lucky so far, and, I
think it also depends where you get them from, because you get to know the local places, don't you, where you go to.
Yeah.
I mean, that Maidenhead Aquatics that I showed you the little clip at the start of it, that's just been updated, but you were guaranteed when you went on a certain day, all the tanks were green.
Ooh.
Where they're getting medicated. So it was like a regular thing. When they got new stock in, everything got medicated at the same time.
Yeah. Stubbs is saying, killing fish repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I've had fish die off. I had a breeding pair of super red bristlenose plecos, and they all very healthy, and then they had a big batch of fry.
Yeah.
The whole tank crashed, and then they died. And I'm not sure, but I think at that point in time, I was really concentrated on doing more serious cleanup work. And I think I overcleaned the tank, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I go to town on my tanks and do a really bang-up job cleaning them, that's when I seem to have the most difficulty. If I just do things in moderation, just a little bit of, like 20% water change, no more.
Yeah.
I don't do 50% or 75%.
No, I've stopped doing that myself, Jeff. I found that once I was starting to put chemicals like that in, is like the dichlorinator, I was guessing where if I keep it down to 10%, I just know it's a tiny drop for 10%.
And I use that safe, and so I use the smallest little teeny spoon.
Yeah.
And that usually covers it pretty well. Because I'm always under the impression that, okay, if you're only doing 20% and you're only using a very small amount of the dechlorinator, I mean, the water that's in the tank already is already dechlorinated.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very light dilution of any chlorine or chloramines that go in there. And then if you add just a little bit, it should balance out. And I've always had good luck that way.
What's fluoride? Because we get fluoride in our water in Newcastle.
We used to get fluoride here when I was in grade school, but I'm not sure if they still put water systems now.
I don't know if they do or not. I just remember when I was at school, it used to have fluoride.
Yeah.
Because you'll tend to find that people in Newcastle, they'll have no fillings in the teeth.
That's good. I'm not sure if they put fluoride. I'm not sure what fluoride would do to fish in the water system. I don't know if anybody in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if it's classed as a metal, and would that take it out as a metal? So I don't know.
Maybe. I know that I used to use that API stress code and to dechlorinate the water. It would dechlorinate the water and remove heavy metals. But since using the safe, I mean, I saved so much money. I've just been using the safe ever since. But one container, we're talking a small container. Well, let me see the picture here. Small container, like I think it's 250 milligrams, 60,000 gallons of water change. I mean, that's a lot of water change. One of those probably last me 10 years or more. You never know.
Yeah. So Skull Aquatics is saying biggest mistake was not doing enough research before buying. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yep.
Absolutely. And that actually some of our later questions too.
I think that's you're right. It plays into later questions, but I think everyone's guilty of that. You go in the shop and you go in the shop and you have your mind set on something that you want, and when you get there, it's not there, and you quickly make a decision because sometimes it's quite a distance to the shop, and you think, I'll just make do with that.
Yeah.
Quick research on your phone, and it's never enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, even Google research, to be quite honest, is a bit outdated now because it's still giving you the facts for wild caught fish. When the fish you're buying from the shop aren't wild caught, they've been raised in the water that have been born. Yeah.
I always try to buy captive bred fish. I've never went out of my way to buy a wild fish. Now my wild type bettas are captive bred, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a wild type, right out of the wild, harvested from nature. They call it.
Like wild bettas, they'd be like F2s, are they?
F1s, F2s, maybe even later.
Even later.
Now, what these guys are doing, if these are F1s, which I don't know for a fact, they probably are F1s, judging by my friend that I bought them from, because he gets his stuff from he gets orders from hunters that go out and they send him huge orders back to his house. He's got a fish room probably about the same size as mine, but it's completely encompassed with aquariums. He's probably got 150 tanks, where down here I got 30.
A bit like when Dean and Corey from Aquarium Co-op went over
lots and lots of tanks. Yep.
Over there, I think they went Peru, didn't they? Peru or Venezuela, somewhere like that. Somewhere on the Amazon.
They go every year, I think, down to South America.
Yeah.
On an expedition, and they go down and try to catch fish. And
they don't look like the two fittest blokes to do what they were doing, mine, did they? When I watched that video and they were falling over in the river and trying to catch them. There was a lot of just swimming around.
Yeah. Well, I think they hire a lot of young people to carry their equipment and bags and everything.
I mean, it's sad to see, because obviously when they got all them fish and they went through the quarantine process of trying to get them through the customs and stuff like that before they even reached America, and when they got there, the bags were stinking ammonia and they're quickly doing plop and drop, but that's all they could do. Yeah. Because of the amount of time they had just sat there. Bit like yours when you sent them to Skull Aquatics.
Oh, I know it.
I know. Well, when you were on the texting me, Jeff, you could tell the panic in your voice. You're thinking, God damn.
I'm telling you, I was fit to be tied when I had that shipment going to Curtis here from Skull Aquatics, because it was 6 days. Now, I knew I had them in breather bags and they had enough oxygen. Yeah. But the heat pack was only for 72 hours, so that was after the third day, and there was 3 more days on top of it. It was chilly, and then I was more worried about that than also an ammonia buildup in the bag. Yeah. But apparently, they all made it. I tell you, that was one order that I had a terrible feeling about. I thought you'd get them and they'd all be dead. Yeah. I was so worried about that. But He showed me them in the bucket, and they all look good. So I hope they're still doing good.
Just goes to show you that fish are more resilient than we give them credit for, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Speaking of, as long as we're talking about black mollies for a moment, I think I mentioned to you that I had a huge order.
Yeah.
Yesterday or day before yesterday. It was on Tuesday. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And buying 30 of my black mollies, which I have quite a few, but that still takes a big chunk of them. So I can only put up to 10 in each box. So the gentleman, he's a repeat customer too. So I'm not sure if he's buying and reselling or not, but he's bought a lot of mollies for me over the past few years. And he's always wanted to buy every one I got. He would have bought every one I have.
Yeah.
But I said I've got 30 is the maximum I can sell right now. Oh, yeah. There he goes again. How did that happen?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything. You jump out back in.
Okie dokie. So, Hertzkoi, I would say putting a Cora in with the Angels had one loss today because they are coming into breeding. What did you lose a Cora with an Angel hitting it?
All right.
I
wonder what's happening here. I wonder what's going on. Weird. I didn't touch anything. I'm just sitting here talking, and all of a sudden, whoop! Yeah. Maybe it's a sign that I need to get a new computer or something. Hey, we got Vince. Hello, Vince.
Yo, Cupcakes.
Yo, Cupcakes. How you doing, my friend? Getty Nona. Hello.
Ritesh doesn't want to live his biggest mistakes.
Yeah, my hands were visible when it flipped. So I was like, I don't know what happened. It's like, boom. Something's weird. Oh, yeah. Adam McReynolds, hello there. And looks like Lando's in the house. Okay. Wonderful.
Right. Have we got any more for that question? I think we have. Ian says his biggest regret is watching King of DIY uploads.
Well,
you know what? I like him, me. I can't say a bad worker. I didn't like his personality, but I like DIY stuff, so I know it's not his stuff. I know he's just regurgitating stuff that it's not like he's come up with that idea, but he makes sure he is when he's doing his videos. But I do like watching them, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I love watching. There's one called what's this? He's American. Is it the fish room or something like that? And you never see his face, but he does a lot of things with acrylic, making like airlifts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Fishman. He's up in Canada. Yeah, he's up in Canada. Yeah, Eric. His name is Eric.
I like watching his because I like watching just different little things to do with airlifts and stuff like that.
I love the way Eric does. He makes his own filters. He uses plants, and he does different kinds. Like the filters will actually sit above the aquarium and drip down, and then airlift back up into it.
Yeah, I love that one when he done, because obviously airlifts haven't got enough power to get up to a certain part, but he done one with 4 chambers, so the airlift was going around in like a lift and lifting it right up. So like normally you only get like a 10% of what you're lifting up is what you get, and then it starts decreasing in power sort of stuff. But he done this thing where it was like 4 going up in stages, like a set of stairs.
It's really
enjoyed that one.
Me too. I've been subbed to him for a long time, and he's a really great guy to talk to. Also, really is. I didn't even know if I mentioned to Chris because he's a Canadian, and I'm not sure if Red Laser knows about Fishman because he's up in Canada. I'm not sure what area they're from, but I enjoy a lot of the I enjoy everybody's videos around the world. Canadians and everywhere. Let's see here. Zen Ginger, hello there. Welcome. Adam McReynolds. Okay, so we've been through the first question so far, right now?
Just quickly, we'll just quickly go to Red Laser. His biggest mistake was purchasing fish from various stores on Black Friday last year and putting them in a quarantine tank. One was sick and ended up killing them all. 5 fish.
Over time.
Yeah. don't overstock yourself if you are doing the quarantine. That's for certain. And
Yeah, just had a
if
couple.
if you're not doing quarantine, make sure you got them in a tank where you can actually keep an eye on them.
Yes, I think what it is also, if you get too many fish at once, it's kind of hard to concentrate.
Yeah,
On the behaviors of them as they're going. But as you add just a couple at a time, you see the ones that are in there, and then you add the next ones, and you can notice the interactions and how they're getting along.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference.
Next banner, next question.
Yep.
Moving on. Number
Number two. All right.
Right. If there's any spelling mistakes in this, it's my fault. I wrote them out.
Yep. He's been helping me a lot with this.
My dyslexia might have kicked in. I don't know.
Is it best to learn from your own mistakes or from someone else's opinions on the correct way? That's very subjective. I think that
I prefer learning from your own mistakes. I like advice, but I do prefer. I mean, I'm the sort of bloke that would still try any case. You know what I mean? Just to see if I could. And that's probably my worst thing about me is that I'm a bit bullheaded and I would die trying rather than take advice.
Mm-hmm. We have an answer here right now. Terrace thinks both. About learning from your own mistakes and from others. That's for the thing of it is, and that makes a lot of sense because I tend to be honest with you, I do a lot of research on everything that I'm on the computer a lot, just reading and finding out different stuff, I spend a lot of time every day doing that just because it's my, I enjoy it. I just like to read about the fish and different stuff and seeing, that's a big part of my hobby, I guess. I mean, it's not so much that, but I do a lot of research.
Yeah. That's half the fun, isn't it? Doing the research and learning, and that's half the battle.
Yes.
I think sometimes, it'll be brought up in another question. Sometimes you follow advice.
Cortez is asking, why so many mistake questions? Well, it's not really so much a mistake question, but I guess it's
because I found out there was a 7-year gap between me and my oldest brother, and my dad went straight for a vasectomy when he found out my mum was pregnant with me. So that's why we're talking about mistakes today. I found out I was one. God, we're struggling for topics, to be quite honest with Tess. That was it. We're struggling for topics.
Let's see here. You'll never truly learn until you make the mistake yourself. The whole idea of learning from something and gaining wisdom from it is by learning how to do a thing right. And do a thing. Yeah, that's right, Tommy. I think that's the most concrete way of actually getting something ingrained in your memory.
Definitely.
Yes,
that's what I was meaning by writing that question is when you learn from your own mistake, you never do that mistake again.
Yep, that's
it's
right.
Like when electricity and things that you get your first shock, not to do it again.
That's right. Spell Aquatics, Curtis says, I learn both ways, watch opinions, and no Facebook groups. Facebook groups are so opinionated, more so than...
Oh, you know what it is, Jeff? I nearly caught myself commenting on one the day and I just thought, keep out. Don't even get involved. And I was going to be nice to the woman as well, but I just thought it's the barrage of other people's opinions you can't be bothered with. And I was just going to basically tell her not to worry and just enjoy the hobby. That's all I was going to say, but then I just thought, nah, because I just know it's opening in the book for the trolls to just jump in and say, well, actually, she should worry in this and this and this. So I just kept out of it.
There's more trolls on Facebook groups than there is on the World Wide Web in general.
Yeah.
Because I was on, and it wasn't even the person, person asked a question about water changes on, it was a Plecostomus page. For bristlenose plecos, which I know a fair amount about. I'm not an expert. I never have claimed to be. But I've kept them and I've bred them for a long time.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it, and the person says, well, is it better to do large water change or to inspire the fish to breed?
Yeah.
And I typed a question. I said, well, when I do my water changes, I do about a 20 to 25%, and I use cold water into the tank.
Uh-huh.
And this woman, I don't know what her name is. We'll just call her Karen because that seems to be the one that fits the most lately.
Yeah.
Comes back and says, well, that's why all your fish are dying. To me. I'm like, who are you?
I know.
And what fish are you talking about? I haven't had a fish die in months. So I get on there and said, well, I breed Plecostomus. I was real nice about it. I typed back. I said, I breed Plecostomus, and when I do a nice cool water change after a portion, when the females are, they'll breed for me, and I breed them. I breed hundreds of them. And then she came back. She goes, oh, you're a big breeder then. She's chipping away, trying to start a fight, and that's when I just left. I was like, I can see where that was going. Some people are not happy unless they have some kind of control over somebody, or if they see they can affect somebody. Right. So I was like, you know what? I cut her off right away, and I was like, boom, I'm out.
I tell you what I have learned lately, though, and it's something you're probably all aware of, and it just didn't even come to as a. My fish seem to be going into breeding phases at the minute, and I've just realised it's because storm seasons, in England.
Oh yeah, the pressure.
The pressure, pressure change.
I can tell
probably what it's been.
Definitely a big thing, because every time before you get a rainstorm here, I'm looking outside to hear the thunder. I'll look over here in this African cichlid tank, and they'll be down there and they'll be circling almost immediately. They get down in a circle. That's how they breed. They drop the eggs, and the female picks them up in the mouth, and the male will fertilize them while they're in the mouth. And then I got, after the rainstorm, I'll have 4 or 5 females all full of eggs, in their mouths. So it does make a big difference. And if you do a water change at the same time that happens, it'll increase it even more.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Ian agrees with Tara. Yes. Thoughts on learning. The lesson is never over. That's right. That's absolutely right, Steve.
Some wise people in the chat tonight.
You better believe it. It's like this. If I don't learn something every day, then something's wrong. That's the way I look at it. If I learn something every single day, it's always something. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, but you learn something about the hobby or something in life. That's right. Exactly. The silver. Yep. You really hit it right on the nail head there. Let's see here. We have any other answers on that?
Tara's never used Facebook. Tara's never used Facebook since 2012.
Too much
negativity. Correct.
Well, I'll be honest. The only thing I use it for is if I go on, friends have birthdays, I'll wish them happy birthday.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll post my stuff on my page for YouTube.
Yeah.
Once in a great while. Not very much, but mostly I use it for as a messenger to chat with Mal and other friends.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep in touch. I mean, now I'm trying to do Instagram too. Excuse me, a little bit. Instagram is, I'm learning how to navigate it a little bit. It's new to me, but I'm still going on there. Every once in a while, if I get a message from there, I'll see it and I'll click on it and I can chat just like I do the other one.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I'm not keen on Facebook. I had actually come off Facebook, but then obviously I needed Messenger so I could do chats and stuff like that. So I opened up my account again, and then you feel guilty when people send you friend requests. But I had got rid of everything and then just left it. I think I'd only had 2 people in, my wife and my daughter, something like that, and then it just built up again and started to build up, and then people from school. Well, you don't really know. It's.
Hey, you're great. You're great. Everybody wants to be your friend. That's why you're good.
But it's 40 years since I've played football with them. I don't want to know them anymore, sort of thing.
I think a lot of people with your,
especially don't want to know what they've had for the tea. That's for certain.
But as far as your YouTube channel goes, I'm not surprised that everybody wants to send you a friend request. Doing some great stuff. Let's see here. We got fish. Outdoors Orlando. Adam, sorry, I haven't had a chance to ship out your package, bro. What are you shipping out, Lando? I'm curious to know.
Oh, something to Adam.
Yeah, I shipped something to Adam. I don't want to be nosy. If he wants to share it with the group, that's cool. And Adam says, you're fine, Lando. No worries. Chris says, I would prefer to learn from your mistakes because my mistakes cost me too much money.
Yeah.
I learned from my mistakes, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate to be making mistakes with koi, mate. That's for certain.
It was expensive with my super red bristle. That pair alone was, I think I paid $100 for that pair. I mean, that's not a lot for a nice pair, a breeding pair, but for me, it's a lot of money. I don't know about everybody else, but I had them, and I did get some babies out of them. But unfortunately, the entire colony, when it crashed, it was out. Bipolar Aquatic. Hey, hello, my friend. My goodness. It's so good to see you here. I think when I first started my channel, I think Bipolar was one of the very first people that friended me on here. And he had disappeared for a while. And I'm so glad to see him back. Thank you, my friend. We're just talking about having some questions about the hobby and whatnot. So welcome to be here. And this is my partner here. This is Mel. Good man. I'm not sure what Bipolar's what his name is. I'm not sure he wants to share his name with anybody, but if he ever did, you're more than welcome here. So that's great.
Shall we move on to the next question?
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic.
Oh, there, hang on.
All right.
Your friend there has put, he was in a bad car accident. That's why he hasn't been on.
That's right. And I remember that. And I hope everything's going better. I hope you're healing up, and I hope everything's going to be all right. You know, when we get these relationships out here in this YouTube and stuff, you know, we got people that they're real lives, they're real people, and
you forget, don't you? You just think it's out. You're just talking to pictures on the telly, but you're not. It's actually real people's lives.
The thing of it is when I know that when somebody disappears, and I'm like, where did Bipolar go? Or Sketty Nona, when she went away for a while, I'm nosy. But I wonder about these things because, you know, when you're used to having like a family around, you got a family member that's not here anymore. You know, I always inquire, I'm like, what happened to this person? What happened to that person?
It's good to see him back.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good indeed. Okay, so next question. We're on question number 2 now, or 3?
No, question number 3, and it's, guess what? Along the same lines, I think.
Yeah.
I think because we'll run out of topics. Have you ever taken advice only for the thing to go wrong? I'll kickstart, yes. When I first got into it, I took some advice that I needed to keep me plants dipped in bleach to get rid of the algae off them, you know, because I had plastic plants at the time.
Yeah. I've never...
Of course, bleach tends to put the pH up a couple of degrees, so it was jumping from like 6.5 to 8.5.
It also doesn't bring ammonia up too. It brings the ammonia level up too, I think, doesn't it?
What happens is the ammonia becomes more toxic the higher the pH. So if you had actually a pH of 6, you could go up to nearly 16 before it become toxic for your fish. Where if you had a pH of like 8.6, you're looking at nigh on 0%. Once it starts hitting into like one part per million, that's when it's like toxic for your fish. But everyone wants to keep it at 0 because that's the best thing to do is keep it at 0, and then you're happy. But there is quite a big parameters for different pHs, just on the research.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. But this is just a little print that you find on the back of these API testers and things like that, and go to this for more information. When you actually go, you read things like that and you just think, so really they're perpetuating that thing about it's got to be 0 just to sell tests.
Yeah.
But it is best to keep it at 0 because it's best for your fish.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they would swim around in ammonia in the wild. They would go to somewhere else in the river if the parameters weren't right.
Well, when you think about it, when you put it in perspective of, you know, depending on like our air quality, sometimes it's better than other times, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. You can live in it, but it's not going to do you no good in the long term.
Yeah. But luckily it's a fluctuation of, you know, it gets better and it, you know, might dip down a little bit, better again. You know, it's hard to, you know, in a controlled environment like an aquarium, it's going to go up and down a little bit, you know, slight increments. if you do a heavy feeding one day on a fish and then do maybe a lighter feeding the next day, and then they evacuate it all, and you can get a little bit of little bit more ammonia. Get it with the plants, though, it's good though because it feeds the plants and it all balances out. Part of the food web. So,
Big Steve's Aquatics has joined WIP.
Well, hello, Big Steve.
Exotics.
Welcome.
Right. Have we got any answers for that question?
Oh yeah, so that was back to that question now. I'm wondering if I had anything that went wrong that people gave me advice over. I can't think of one.
Bad question. Give it up as a bad question.
I can't think of any answer for me for that. I don't think I've ever had anything that went wrong.
You know what it is, Jeff? I can't even think of what the question is. I was just about to go back on the banners to have a double check.
Oh, you just go to... That's it.
Question 3. Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Have you heard?
I don't think I've ever had advice from somebody. I'm not even sure. I'm always...
Right.
I don't think I've asked very much help on stuff. To be honest with you, I pretty much will read. If I have a problem, I'll get on the... And I go over a lot of different sources. I think we all have. I want to say that I was listening to that idiot, like falling on your ass. You look around to see if anybody saw it. Yeah. And Tara says the same. Right.
Hey, we're whipping through the questions tonight, Jeff.
What's that?
We're whipping through the questions tonight.
Yeah, we are. We're doing really well.
Sorry, I should have come up with better ones than this for you.
No, they're good questions. You did fantastic.
Don't lie. I can see you lying. You're moving your lips.
No. We still have a couple other questions too, besides all of those, Jeff. Too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's the best advice and the worst advice you've been given?
You know what? When you read these questions back, you think to yourself, that's just a follow-on. Exactly. A different wording of the last question, really.
Well,
sorry.
A lot of things are that way, though. I mean, a lot of things, they all intertwine, all this hobby. It's like a puzzle. You put it all together, and it all connects.
Yeah.
So the best advice, I think the best advice I've ever had was not to overclean your aquariums.
Yeah.
And the worst advice is to overclean your aquarium. Because I've had, I've noticed that I had more, like I did with my, like I mentioned earlier with my super red breeding pair. I think I crashed the cycle because I was worried. This is way back at the beginning when I was, trying to breed these fish for the first time. And I thought, oh, these little baby plecos, they got to have absolutely pristine water.
Yeah.
So I got in there and I did like a 50 to 75% water change. I scrubbed every, I vacuumed all the gravel thoroughly. And then about a week later, they were all dead. And that was the worst advice about, because you see these guys on here, but back and they tell you got to keep that tank clean. Got to keep it clean.
Yeah.
And I'm of the opinion now, it's like, I'll do minimal cleaning.
I'll just clean the front glass, mate, the one I can see through.
Oh yeah. But I mean a gravel too. I used to get in there and just vacuum that gravel.
Stir up all the rubbish.
Yeah. Not anymore. Now,
that's what I've changed the sand for, because the sand it just wafts over the top, and then it finally makes its way to the filter, and the filter does what it's supposed to do. Really, it's not supposed to be a media chamber. The media is everything else in the tank.
Yeah, I think it's mainly
depending on what fish you got. If you've got koi, you're obviously going to need media because they're a big dirty fish.
Yep. The biological, I think, is the most important part, though. If you got enough biological forces in the tank, that it's going to feed on all that stuff. In the plants. Okay. The best advice I've gotten is not fight your water.
Fight your water. Yeah, really good one.
That is. And
I've stopped using my RDO thing. I bought one of them RDO water thingies, trying to keep the pH down for cardinals, but when you do the research, you just realise they need the lower pH just to spawn. And what's the chances of that happening in a community tank in any case? So,
I mean, they'll lay eggs in the community tank.
Yeah.
Regardless of the pH. I think what it is mostly, if you wanted the eggs to be viable and to hatch, it has to be at a little bit more of an acidic.
I think it has to go down to about 6.
But then again, I don't know,
and I was chasing it. I just thought, what is the point? Even if you get eggs in a community tank, they're going to get it. So what's the point? It's not like you've got a little separate tank like that up there where you're doing just a little tank, little ecosystem, little black water thing or something like that.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned about breeding the tetras, because I'm thinking about trying to do that this winter.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting some and trying a project like it. You know, like my water it's a hard water, but it has very little in KH, so it doesn't have a lot of buffering in it. So it tends to go down naturally.
Jeff, mine's exactly the same. Mine's 10 degrees. So what's that, about 250? I think it's
about 250 TDS.
TDS, and it's about 10 degrees on the thingy, and it's about 4 on the KH. So that's what mine is.
Yeah, mine is on the very low end of the KH. I know that when I do the so like in my African cichlids tanks, I just keep the crushed coral substrate, which kind of basically keeps it about perfect.
But that's good because it brings the pH up as well, because they prefer the higher pH as well, don't they?
Yeah, and that's the only way, like Tara had mentioned, that's the only way I think I would want to try and alter the water, is to do it with natural decor. Like a lot of times you want to lower it, you can get a big piece of driftwood in a hard water tank, and that'll help lower the pH some, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure that if Tommy's out here, he'll know more about that, but I know that you get the tannins in the water, it'll lower the pH. It won't lower TDS, but it will lower the pH. Yeah. And so what I do with my wild type bettas is I get those Indian almond leaves. I'll put those in there, and I'll have some other botanicals that I'll add to it. And that lowers the pH. It makes the water a little bit more acidic. Yeah. It's going to be happy in there. I mean, you can be doing
I was trying all sorts, mate, to keep mine down. I was boiling the Indian almond leaves to make like Indian almond leaf tea. Yeah. And obviously letting it cool down, then pouring the water in. Yeah. With the leaves. So it was already like a strong tea.
Right. That's a good way to do it too.
So you were getting most of it out then.
Yeah. Vince is saying, but a good mechanical filter is essential. It is. Yeah. Especially with large fish. Yeah. And, I think more so with the larger type fish, but
I think even, you know what, because there's a lot of people going down the natural way. They've got no filters, no all that sort of stuff. They're just working on plants and stocking, and they're not having no filter at all. I like the filter just to add current around the tank, and just to pick up some of it, you know, because
you don't want to have it hanging around.
I quite agree. We do need some of it to turn into mulm and turn into plant food and all that sort of stuff. But you want it to look somewhere near pretty.
Yeah. And as you know, people have mentioned, you know, one size doesn't fit all for every type of tank. The different situation, you know, you got.
That's what's good about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of my tanks right now are probably more like a 50-50. You know, I got like sponge filters but it's not a real great mechanical. But then I have the plants in it, and you know, it's kind of like how people some people would want to use. I've heard of people using hydrogen peroxide on blackbeard algae and stuff like that, or some other even regular algae, and that's something I don't think I'd ever do. I mean, I've never done that. I've never used a chemical.
I've always went for like the natural thing. When I first started, obviously I did the thing with bleach because some idiot told us that's what you need to do to get the algae off your plastic plants. And ever since then, I've limited. I mean, I do use the chlorinator, but if I had my place set up right, I would have tanks just to bubble it off, bubble the chlorine out, and leave it to settle and all that, and then mix it. Yeah. If I had the space.
I have the space to do that down here, but I don't do that. But you know, because for one thing, I need to have a pump to pump it from the water container.
It's just taking up tank space for me. If I done it, I would rather have the tank. So what do you do? Do you just come straight out with the faucet?
Yes, I do. I take the water down. I don't know if you can see this here. I'll take the water down here, which is about 25%. Okay.
Yeah.
Down here. Right now it's already evaporated down about a good 1.5 to 2 inches already, but I take it down about here. I'll bring the hose over. I'll clamp it onto the side here. I'll start the faucet with cool water. The thing of it is, I don't run it real fast. I'll turn it on. Then I'll come over with the dechlorinator, add it to it. I don't add it to it first. Once the water starts going in, then I'll add the dechlorinator.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'll fill it up to the, till it's up to the, I like to fill it up pretty close to the top.
Yeah.
I generally don't like this look, but I'm behind on my schedule, my maintenance down here right now. So
do you have lids on your tanks, or is it just
evaporation?
Do you have lids on your tanks?
I have lids, but they have a gap in the back about 2 or 3 inches where the power filters, where the hang-on back filters are.
I've got to start making lids for these because the evaporation is terrible on them.
Yeah, you'll save a lot of water that way too.
It's not just that; it's the TDS is constantly going up and up and up because of the evaporation, and you're not putting negative kind of TDSs in to equalize it back to how it should be. So it's constantly going higher and higher, higher.
Yeah.
So
what I do is I'll take it down there and then fill it up with the fresh water, and that hopefully makes it.
Well, I've just bought a little pump, and that takes it down the right amount in each tank. So I stick me thingy on there to the hose, and that takes it just down to the right level each time for us.
Oh, nice.
I had to go and get a pump because upstairs it was easy because the siphon would start no bother going down a full flight of stairs. But now I'm on the same level and it's outwards. It takes forever to siphon out of a tank. So I bought a pump just to help it along its way.
Oh, nice.
But the plan is to break into me washing machine, U-bend, put another one in, and have the hose straight into that way. That goes down into the drain. That's just there. So that's the plan when I get round to it.
I could make my life a lot easier down here myself by having it. I could send it right over to the corner where the sump is.
I was just going to say, have you not started doing that? Because that's the whole reason why Mark come across to get your sump working properly so you could.
Well, he didn't do anything to the sump. Because when he got here, we checked it out, and we got it away from the wall, and we started it up, and it works. I had it flood out once since he was here a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And that was the other day it happened. Because I didn't come down here because I was dealing with my cat and everything, and I was kind of haggard, to be honest with you. I just didn't have it in me to come down. And anyway, I came down and got it going. Everything drained out. What I've got to do is I've got to take the actual sump pump out and either give it a really good cleaning or I need to replace it with another sump pump.
Yeah.
Because
like electronic gauge on it.
Up and it's getting caught somewhere at a certain point. In other words, you start
them float valves, is it?
It works great after you get started. It works great for about 2 or 3 hours or more, maybe even all day. But when you least expect it, you'll come down and it hasn't been running for 7 or 8 hours, and you'll see it's up to the top of the pit. Then I'll have to grab a hold of the PVC. It'll start back up again and kind of like jiggle it, and down it goes again. So, basically got to check on it about every 3 or 4 hours just to make sure that it's running.
Jeff would miss loads of chat, mind.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and get caught up in the chat. Sorry about that. I get talking, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Elaine's joined the chat. Hi, Elaine.
Hello, Elaine.
And George joined the chat.
Where are we at here? I'm way, way down, I think. Oh, yeah, I'm way up.
Right.
Okay.
What were you saying about your pleco will egg hatch in community and babies live? Was that you? Because you were on about plecos, weren't you? I was on.
What were you saying about the pleco will eggs hatch in a community and babies live? Oh yeah, I've had them live. I've had my albinos. Not predatory fish. I mean. Now, I think that if the fish are big enough when the little babies come out, if they're able to be, if they can fit in their mouth, they'll eat them.
Yeah.
But generally, I've had good success with my bristlenose plecos.
Well, speaking of Bristol nose, I've got my Bristol nose there. Can you remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
I took them out the community tank because I'd started leaving the cave, the cell? Well, there must have been half a dozen got out within the community tank when I took the cave out and I put the cave in there with the rest of them. So I've got 40 in there. So there must have been about 6 got in the community tank. I've not seen no young'uns in there since, mate. So there must have been it.
Oh, could be, yeah.
So,
That or they're hiding, one of the two.
I think the angels have at them because now they're about that size.
Yeah.
So I would have seen them somewhere in the tank by now.
Yeah. I think the fish can really take fairly good sized prey a lot of the time. I know that my firemouth, I have a pair of albinos over there, and they breed all the time. And
yeah.
But I got, the firemouth juveniles in there, and then the pairs in there also that been breeding. So yeah, there's not much likelihood of them making it unless I take them out. Unless I take the cave out right away and get the babies after they've hatched. You usually have to wait about 5 to 6 days after they hatch, so they eat up all of their. Well, you don't have to. But they have the egg yolk. Then you want to make sure that's gone because they'll be ready to start feeding on like canned green beans or pashy.
Yeah. That makes sense, Tommy. Start off small with just a couple of fish in your tank.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think it was Father Fish that said that when somebody said, "When's the best time to add fish to your new aquarium?" And he said immediately because that's the only way you're going to start getting the chain of life started.
Yeah,
getting the biological going.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people like to do the fishless cycle. I've tried that a couple times and it's worked.
I've done both.
Yeah,
I've got to say I've done both, and I preferred doing the fish in cycle because it was so quick.
Yeah, as long as
you buy a test kit just to keep an eye on it, just for your own peace of mind, and I never had no trouble with it.
Mm-hmm. I've like I say, I just bought a bunch of new sponge filters, and I put them all in my tanks here.
Yeah,
and get them ready. And when I go to start a new tank, instead of doing like a fishless cycle, what I do is I will add only a couple new fish, but I'll also have a well-used sponge filter. I'll take the one that's been used for a long time, put that in the new tank, and the one that's been in there has got some beneficial bacteria. I'll plug that into the existing tank because it has all of the the biofilm on the glass, all over the decoration. Yeah. You know what? I haven't had a problem. I haven't had any mortality from that since I've been doing it that way, and I've been doing it for a long, long time.
It's when I've done that one on the bio rock the other week.
Yeah,
it's funny, but the only fatalities I've had is being within that tank.
Oh.
And I can't say it's old age. It hasn't been much. I've had 2 black lasers. Is it black lasers?
Oh, black lasers. I haven't heard those.
No, it mustn't be that. Is it black?
Is it Corridoras?
No, black lasers. I'm sure. God.
Black neons?
Black neons. That's it. Black neons. Black lasers. So I had 10 of them. I've got 8 of them. So 2 went missing.
Is there fish in that tank as well?
There's Corridoras and 3 female Bristol nose calicos.
Oh, okay. But nothing bigger to predate on them.
Nah. And also I've had a Corridora die. I know it's died because its spinal column just come to the front of the tank the other day. So obviously my assassin snails have stripped that clean before it's come to the front of the tank.
Oh, yeah. They will. They will do that.
Yeah. I think it's because there's no snails left in the tanks. But they must be finding food from somewhere because they're breeding like crazy now. I think I had bought 5 when I first got them, put 2 in one tank, 2 in the other. Wiped out every snail, and I had loads of snails in that top tank to the point where I was going to just strip it all down and give up on it. Wiped out every snail, and now they're breeding on something. So must be them 3 dead fish.
Could be. They're good scavengers.
Yeah.
Good to have in your tanks. I started out upstairs. I had about 1,000 Malaysian trumpet snails in my.
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating it. It was so thick. It was like the substrate was just constantly moving because there were so many snails, up and burrowing in. And so I got 4 assassin snails for that tank. and they've done a pretty good job. But there's still a lot of Malaysian trumpet snails in there. So
I tell you what else is one of my biggest regrets, Jeff. That Infusoria, because it's at the stage where it's absolutely stinking, and this garage smells like a Christmas dinner gone wrong.
Oh,
it's stinking in this garage. So that's on its way out because the angelfish eggs went.
Oh,
and I don't need it, so I'm going to just get rid of it and go down the brine shrimp.
Yeah. I like using that. I got a really fine powder. It's Hikari First Bites. I use that, and it fits my little tiny fry. I love it.
Do they?
And there's another one called Ceramicron. There's another type of Ceramicron. It's supposed to be really good.
I used to always just buy I think you get like liquid fry. I used to always do that for the first week to get them from like once they'll be from the egg sac to the brine shrimp stage. I used to always just use the liquid fry stuff, but it's only got a shelf life for so long, so it's not you can just put it in the fridge and use it for the next batch. Yeah. Let's get back in the chat, eh?
Yeah, Tara said hydrogen peroxide did not work on her blackbeard algae. I've never used that stuff. It's just the thought of putting chemicals in my aquarium just seems wrong to me. I don't, I mean, you're not dumping. Mother Nature's not dumping hydrogen peroxide in the river.
Yeah,
it's a natural thing, Yeah, back in the chat here. So I'm not sure where we're at in the chat, Mel, because for some reason mine doesn't move. It stays in one place. Then I have to scroll up to see everything that I've missed.
Mine's struggling at the minute. Sorry, I'm just quickly skim reading stuff.
Let's see here. Yes, I did see that. That was.
I'm gonna have to nip over and subscribe.
Yeah, Bipolar's great. He does a lot of things like on different types of guppies, all different kinds of fish. He's a real fish keeper, and he has a lot of good I've not heard the voice. It's not like he's on screen or anything, but he puts good footage up. Very good footage. Yes, I have to agree with Amanda here. Very good to see.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Cool. Joe's asking a question.
Okay. I'm not even seeing where that one is. Is it down further or?
Jeff, I'm not too sure, mate, to be quite honest. I don't even know how far off the bottom yet.
Oh my goodness. I'm way.
Let's concentrate on what's here, because he's mentioning scuds, and you love your scuds.
Oh yeah, okay. What does he say about
corals, platies, and guppies? The corridors may get them. Yeah. The shrimp swim all over. Fish don't even do anything. Well, those damn scuds in a big tank seem to have no problem. And then, have we got anyone answering that?
Seem to have no problem.
Sure.
Well, I've been battling the scuds in my tanks, and I bought a paradise fish, and as soon as I put it in the tank, it immediately started going after the scuds. And it must have taken in 100. The only problem is it would take a minute and spit them back out.
That's what I do.
Joe, if you breed in a cave, and put in another tank, hatch out. Yeah. I use those breeder boxes that you hang on the tank, and it's air driven, so it brings the water in from the tank, and then it goes like a little gate back in. Yeah. I do that to a certain point, because I think one of the bigger problems with the fries, if they're too big of a tank, they have a hard time finding food.
Yeah.
And they will starve if they don't get enough food.
Yeah, good thinking, Jeff. I've noticed that with that little, it's only 50 litres, and there's 40 of them in there, but I've got to space the food out, so they've got a good chance to. So, I'll do fine slices of cucumber and courgette, and I'll put 40 in, and after two days, take it out and refresh it up.
I found that canned green beans, they love it. I mash it up a little bit with those canned green beans, and they'll have it gone. They'll eat it to nothing. Is
that pre-cooked, so you don't have to boil it up to get it to sink, or is it?
It's the kind you bit, they're like a tin of green beans, and they're soft. I usually get the French cut.
I've got a load of frozen green beans in there, but obviously I'm going to have to cook them before they would sink.
Yeah, but if you ever go to the store and you want to get it like a can, do they have the canned green beans?
Probably.
I'd get a tin of try those. I just take them out, I open the can up, I'll drain it, rinse it with water, drain it again, and then I'll just chuck them right in the tank, and they go on it like crazy.
See, the chat's going wild tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Can't even remember what questions were asked.
So this is the one we seen a moment ago. Let's see here. That was that one. Then we got Tommy. Great. Oh yeah.
Keith from KJ Aquatics is in.
All right. Scrolling way down. Hello, Keith.
Hey, doing well, Jeff.
Very nice. Hello, Keith. Good. Welcome, my friend. I was on his website the other day, KGE Aquatics. He's got different types of I think it was some limias or some goodies that I was looking at.
Yeah.
That those are the kind of fish like that Curtis has that he breeds.
Yeah.
They're alive there. They're beautiful.
See, you was lucky in America because you can get that, like get gills where you can sell your fish on, get gills and stuff like that. We wouldn't be allowed to do that in England because there's too many laws on.
Oh, really?
Pets. Yes.
But you
for
can't.
some reason now they've classed fish in with like dogs and cats just for the puppy trade. Like the puppy farms. So now you've got to have licenses to sell fish and all that. So
you can't take them to the local fish shop. You can't
take them to the local fish shop and you'd probably get it. You wouldn't be able to sell directly unless you had a license. So it's all changed now. Arnold know better.
They were trying to push something here. They were trying to put a stop to it here for a while. They had like a
but it's all to do with the puppy farms and the mistreating of animals, which is good in a way because you don't know who's on the other end of to be quite honest, when I got Benson, I had my suspicions about it being from a puppy farm and just because obviously what they do with puppy farms, they take 6 puppies to someone's house, sell them 6 puppies from someone's house, and there's 6 puppies in the house, sell them on. And you never get to see the mom or dad. Well, I got to see the dad, apparently, but I'd never got to see the mom. So I was like, well, that's a bit strange. I would have thought the mom would have been with the puppies, not the dad.
Yeah.
So, well, after we got him, we took him in straight away and had him a good check over. And it says he's supposed to have had his injections, obviously. But I says, would it hurt if you had double the amount? He says, no, not at all. We'll do them now for you. So they've done the double injections just to make sure. I thought, I want to be safe.
Is that something though? With our pets.
But we do have a lot of trouble in this country with farming, with puppy farms and stuff like that. When I used to work for the electricity board, I used to come across them all the time. Go to farmhouses in Northumberland, and there would be just barns full of dogs.
Wow. I mean, if they were doing things responsibly, where they were healthy and taking care, breeding them and selling them. I mean, there's nothing really. It depends on the technique and how they're doing it. If they're just milling the dogs, just producing without checking them out and stuff, that's not.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with COVID, everyone wanted one of these Labradoodles, Cocker Spaniels or whatever they're called in this country. Everyone wanted one, and they were just mass produced. And obviously now, when you go to places like your kennels and stuff like that, they're just full of them. You feel so sorry.
Here it's Escape from
Brian Haig. Are you, Brian? You all right? Take excess fish to an auction.
Yeah, I wish my closest auction is in Grand Rapids, which is about an hour and a half from my place, I think, roughly.
Well, Brian actually goes to the auction now. You can remember when I was telling you I wanted to go to an auction.
Oh, yeah.
So, Brian actually went to that one.
How far away is that from you?
Oh, it's in Dunstan. Isn't it Dunstan? I think it's in Dunstan, working in men's club, but I think it's 4 times a year, something like that. I think the next one's in March. So hopefully I'm not away because I was away doing the first lot of training off that stupid job that I've took. So that's why I couldn't go. And then the one prior to that, I didn't even know it was on.
How far away is it? Is it a long distance?
Probably about, I would say, 20 minutes in the car.
Oh, nice. I would be going to
that far. And it's only because it's going through town centre as well. So if it was a straight road, it would take us 5.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Let's see if we're caught up here.
We'll be trying to go to that next time.
Ian says he has to dash. Thank you, Ian, for being here. Good to see you, my friend.
Is that Ian? Quilling Magic, Ian. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's just said he had to dash. Okay. And KG says efficient cycle works. Fritz complete is what you need. Yeah, I use what I would do besides having the seated sponge filter and other sometimes I take some of the substrate from an aquarium and add that. Yeah. But I also use that Fritzzyme 7 is what I use. And I've seemed to have that pretty good luck with that.
Is that just bacterial in a bottle?
Yeah. And I did just a little bit to that. See, the thing with what I found out with that is I've always had better luck that if I put the fish in the tank with an air stone.
Yeah.
This is going to sound weird, but a lot of times you get all the beneficial bacteria in the tank, it'll die before it gets any. If it doesn't eat, it'll starve.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a colony of bacteria.
It needs to have an ammonia source also.
Yeah.
So having that, it's okay to use that stuff, but you got to make sure you have an ammonia source as well. Sometimes I'll just let the fish go for maybe a week before I put a filter in it, and then add that.
When you look at it, it duplicates every 20 minutes to an hour. It duplicates itself. So even if you went a worst case scenario, one bacteria is going to be 8 million in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So. But on the same hand, it will die just as quick when you're not feeding it.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve Element says, are you addicted to fish, aquariums, or either? If you are, you're in the right place.
I thought you had banter. Couldn't request it like that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Joe has another one, no angles. But yeah, there's a lot of coral platies and guppies. Or did I miss something here?
You must have done, Jeff.
That's an old one, isn't it? Great live stream. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ian. Appreciate that. Okay, do we have any more questions? I think we had one more.
I'm going to go through this chat tomorrow because there's a couple that I'm not subscribed to, and I'll get the links once it's uploaded.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Anybody out there who drop links as you want to, guys.
Yeah.
We're all about supporting each other here on this support.
The only bad thing about this is you cannot say who the moderators are to ask them. Everyone's on your chat. Everyone's the same.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking.
Unless you go on like your own chat on your phone and have a look.
Right.
But you cannot tell who is the moderators.
That's what I forgot to do. I was going to go ahead and put mine up here and.
Put your link up.
Put a link up? Oh, I wasn't going to put the link up. What I was going to do it. Whoops.
I thought you were going to put a link up for your own channel when everyone is here because they subscribed to you.
Oh.
Already?
No, what I was going to do is put this. I'm bringing it up on my phone so I can watch. Just use all on there. But it's not working. For some reason or other, I can't. My phone's not picking up YouTube right now. But anyway, let's see here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see now. Well, we have a couple. I have a couple banners I like to run every week.
Oh yeah. Let's get into proper questions instead of my idiot ones.
Oh no, it's not. This is I always like to ask everybody in the group: Did you get new fish this week? Any new plants? Any snails or shrimp? Anything you want to share with everybody?
I got some Mortal Sinkless.
Nice.
Yeah. Got 8 of them. Went in that tank. The only reason I put them in that tank for is because with that being a dirty tank, there's an excess of nutrients, so there's an excess of diatoms at the minute. So that combined with the cucumber and the courgette and the green beans that I bought.
Yep. They're going to be they're dining fine on that tank. That's going to be good.
So they've got a wide range to pick at. I'm not bothered. Even if they don't touch diatoms ever, I've got plenty of food in the house for them to eat.
Yep. Let's see. I got a 41.
Did Juggler get in contact with you and ask if you were in Discord? I'm not actually in Discord. It's something I kind of get away with, Brian. I've tried a couple of times, but
I tried to get on there to watch some people. It's hard. It's hard to hate that. It's really.
I think it's off Graham's channel, Graham Adventures.
Yeah,
because he does a lot on Discord, and I'd love to go on Discord because it does seem like it's all the information's there apparently in folders, and you just go to the folders and get whatever you want. But
I'm just a technical.
Your friend does it as well, doesn't he? I couldn't get onto it then when
Johnny No Shoes.
Yeah, he was trying to get one big forum going for it on your side.
Yeah,
but I just kind of seem.
I'm just not technically capable of doing that right now, to be honest, to be very blunt.
I'm the same, mind, Jeff. I'm struggling with technology now.
I wish that YouTube would have came out earlier.
Yeah.
Earlier than what it did.
It did, but it was a dating app.
Either that or else if the technology, if we had computers, were more prevalent back in the 70s and 80s when I was a kid. I could be a computer whiz by now, but now it's get thrown into the mix.
I remember doing computers at school and just thinking to myself, this is never going to take off this. Who's going to want to be sitting on a computer all day? I'm going down to work down the shipyards. And I tell you now, my back and my knees are paying for it now.
Same thing with cell phones too. I remember that when they came in.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ask me. Oh, about the we're talking about the Goodeids. Keith?
Ask me, Jeff Pelham Aquatics. Oh, right. Ask Keith if he's got any new fish in. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Keith, what kind of fish do you have in right now? Yeah, just go ahead and type in here what any new fish you had this week or any plants or anything else. I like to ask this question every week because we're all sharing, and the
only thing about this is you might have already answered for that.
He might have.
That's weird. Seem to be jumping all over.
Yeah, I know it. That's the only thing about this chat. Sometimes it'll stay still. Other times it just jumps, and I can't get to it.
I tell you what else is. The little slider bar that's on the side.
Yeah.
It only sometimes pops up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you can go back up and down.
Chris says, my fish only breed once a year. That is one more time than I do.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
There was a family that lived roundabouts where we live, Jeff. And 3 of the kids were all born on the same day, and we used to always take the pee. Your dad must only get it once a year, and it was. And it just so happened all 3 kids were born a couple of years between them, but born on the same day.
Great. Let's see here. He says, I travel all the time within a 3-hour radius. Yeah, that's the one thing with me, Keith, though. I was involved in a car accident a while back. And I got a really bad phobia about driving on the motorways and the freeways and stuff. So to get to these, I get some anxiety issues where I can't make the drive.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be completely transparent to everybody out here.
America's so different for driving, though, Jeff. It depends on what state you're in, really, because you could
Michigan can
drive all day. Drive all day in Florida, it's so easy. But then you look at Vegas and places like that, and I think I wouldn't want to drive in Vegas.
The thing with me is I just get on the highways, and it's large semi trucks that they get beside me. It's like I break on a sweat. And just I don't know what it is. But it's hard for me.
When you go past them.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do that. But yeah, they just go by, and just one of my weaknesses.
Oh, Coral was joined with. Hi, Coral.
Carl.
Hi, Jeff. Mal, how are you?
Hello, Carl. Welcome.
Doing well?
Trying to find him. I must be way down here. Yeah, I've missed a whole bunch in chat, guys. There he is. Yeah, I'm the poster child here for the Aquarium Addict. It's Problem Children Hour. I see. Yes, it is. Welcome, Coral. So good to see you, my friend. I was going to try and make your live stream yesterday, and I was busy. I was at the vet with my cat, so I wasn't able to do anything about that. But
I made it for, I think, a good half an hour.
Oh, nice. I'm going to try and make it next Tuesday for sure. Yes, definitely. Let's see where we're at here. We're almost at an hour and a half right now, Mel.
All right then.
I'm not sure if we have any more questions. This is the last one we did, and then was there anything else? I don't know if anybody has any questions for us. No. That's the last one. Any Q&A? Anybody has any questions that you all want to ask?
For each other.
Off each other. You know, if you want to ask somebody else in the chat a question, or if you have a question you want maybe get an answer from, you might get
plenty of experience in the chat, isn't there?
Oh, there is. There definitely is.
I remember when. Here we go. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I remember when pages came out, and my uncle had one. First one. You know, when it comes to cell phones, when cell phones first come out, we were on the train as kids, and we're going in Newcastle, and there was this like businessman with his cell phone, and started to ring, and he was like, "Hello, hello." All that on the platform in the train station. He's yapping away to this phone, and then started ringing again, and he's yapping away. Rather than just pretend you didn't know how to use it, it was a new phone. You've just and it started ringing again, and he's you idiot.
Do you remember those flip phones when they first came out? The little flip phones.
Yeah.
Now, they got that idea from Star Trek.
Yeah, probably, definitely.
Because the communicators, the Star Trek.
Yeah.
Kirk Enterprise.
Definitely. Was they're more like the Motorola ones, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like my first one was a Philips one, and it looked like. Do you get Snickers? Oh, you don't want to open. You get Snickers candy bars. Well, this Philips just looked like one of them. Really big button.
Yeah.
That was my first ever one.
Let's see here. What is this? He says I can put up much easier to do it with two guys helping. I missed something in the chat. I'm sorry about that. But we're at the end of the chat, guys, and I think we covered a lot of the questions. We got a lot of good answers. Let's see here. Guys, don't forget to join us on Gaz's Koi Pond YouTube channel at 7:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow night for our live charity auction night for Macmillan Cancer Support. Oh, wonderful! Yep. I mean, not for I mean, it's a very good cause. Sorry about the cancer.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Vince. And also, I wanted to ask everybody in the chat a question. You remember a couple of weeks ago when we did the shopping tour where I went on and I showed different stores and buying fish? I just won a $50 gift card from Dan Fish. And I'm thinking about doing that next week. And would you like me to do that live? You can let me know if you can say yes or no in the chat right now. And that might be fun. So I'll just wait.
Mexicali's on the night, but it's not the one that he was originally going to have because he's going to have Mike, wasn't he?
Oh, what time is that going to be for Mexicali?
But he's got someone else on. I can't remember who he's got on now. Who's he got on tonight, Skull? Curtis, sorry.
Okay.
I'm sure he was going to have. I can't remember. It's a big one. Makes fish room or something like that.
Yes, for that. It's
that's who he says. He's got. Sorry, bud.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog.
Oh yeah.
That's who he's got on.
Fathom Aquatics. Hello, Fathom.
Yeah.
That's Alex. Alex?
Did you?
Is that the name?
Yeah, Alex.
Hello, Alex. Welcome, my friend.
He's got a lush video out the day I've shared it. If any of you are interested in looking at it.
Oh yeah, I think I started watching that, but I
tell you what, like his film skills are fantastic. It's like watching a professional's film.
I've got to learn some. I got to learn some skills. I know that. I watch between you and him and other people on here. We have Ron. I'm not sure which one Ron is. Oh, it's Garage Aquatic. Hey, Ron. Hello. Welcome. And you're addicted to fishing aquariums too. Well, you're in the right place, my friend, because that's what we're all about here. Not that it's a problem. I mean, I think the sickness is the cure, in my opinion.
Garage Aquatics, he was on Mexicali last week, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
You know, I've been wanting to get those my albino crebensis for a long time, but I was watching his channel. He's got them like, wow! I've been looking for them for such a long time, and I finally got these. I acquired these specimens. They're doing good.
Yeah.
I just love them. And let's see, sure is Ron. He's going to have Michael's fish room on. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess Michael's fish room. He moved house. Went through a divorce.
That's it.
He had a divorce. Moved out. He had a heart attack. He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Over the past couple of weeks.
He's a big fish tuber, though, isn't he? From Lake America.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
I'm sure I've seen him before.
Yeah. He always starts his out with, "Hey, you fishy folks."
Yeah.
He's got
it's like in the garage as well, isn't it? It's in the garage kind of setup.
Yep. So now he moved, but he moved. He was in his basement of his house. Now he moved out to his new place, and he's starting to get everything set back up. Okay, we got Kalish in the house. Hello, Kalish. Welcome. Yeah, definitely. There's the beep again.
That means hit the like button when the beep happens.
Yeah, hit the like every time he does the beep. Hit the like.
That's a little reminder.
Oh no, you didn't drop the ball on anything, my friend. You did great. Absolutely. Oh yeah, he's loving the weather because he's out in California. That's why.
Any more Joy trying to get that talk to text thing going, Jeff, or not?
I am still researching it. I'm thinking I got to get a decent computer first.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be talking with Depths Unknown. He's the one that I've
seen it on.
Yeah, he's really good. I was talking with Curtis from Skull Aquatics, and he said he's just brilliant with computers. He'll be able to help me with it. Mm-hmm. But it's really interesting because, just to let everybody know in the chat that if this works out right, when you type your message in the chat, we'll be able to hear it. And that way, coupled with my eyesight and the way this chat doesn't work just right, we'll be able to hear it and be able to respond in a more timely fashion and make a lot more fun for everybody, more interaction. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do over the next few weeks. Try to get that in here for us. That might, be kind of fun. Everybody can, listen to everybody else. I get to choose. I think there's about 100 different voice styles I can do.
Yeah.
So we can play around with that once we get the right infrastructure for it, but that's going to be a little while. Should be fun. Something different.
You want to try and see if you can get Higgins?
Higgins? Yes, lads. Zeus.
Higgins. Go and do a maximum
Apollo kill. And I'll be like, "Hi guys." Right. Well, we are at an hour and a half, everyone. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank.
Don't want to push it too long.
100%. We don't want to push it too long, and I want to thank everybody. So I guess next week I've heard a couple that say yes, they do want shopping tour. So I think we'll go ahead and do that, Mel, if that's all right with you.
Definitely, it's your show, Jeff. I'm just shouting.
It's our show. It's our show. But yes, we'll do that. We'll do that next week. It'll be fun.
How come I'm not getting paid?
You will be as soon as that.
as soon as the money rolls in. As soon as the money rolls in. Then we're in the big time.
That's right. That's right. When we're big time, you're going to be getting paid. Definitely. We both will.
Yeah.
So, guys, we will see you all next week. Thank you so very much. It's been so good to see you. It's been feels like I've been missing.
I apologize for the questions that were very repetitive.
Oh, the questions are great. You know, I mean, a lot of the questions we can ask the questions over and over again. Pretty much, you know, we cover everything. We cover everything over and over again. That way, it gets new people that come in. They get to have the answers too. So good night, everybody. Everybody in chat. So good to see everybody. Thank you, and I'll see y'all next week. And don't forget to, Mal,
what?
Feed your addictions.
Oh yes, feed your addictions, feed yourself, feed your family.
Feed your addictions. All right, guys.
Feed your addictions.
And Brandon, enjoy the replay, my friend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah. It's actually better at the start than it was at the end. So you will enjoy it.
Turned out pretty good. Yes, thank you.
Doing it all right.
All right. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.